Okay, so once again, good evening, everyone. I'm Monisha Venkatesh, as what Manva told. So we'll proceed with the session, which is about practicing mindful eating. So now the first question that arises right now. One second. Okay, so how do we associate our eating behavior? Think for yourselves. You're all there, right? Just close your eyes. You need not watch the screen. Just think for yourself. How do you associate your eating behavior? Is it because you want to just eat a food for the sake of it, because you feel it's very tasty, because it has too much salt or too much sugar and you just love the taste of it? Or is it because of body imaging, because we tend to look the food in a way, we count calories, each and every calories, or what kind of protein it's going to give to me, and will it help me lose weight, will it help me bring my blood sugar to normal? So these are general associations we make towards food, and we cater to our emotions, right? If we are sad, if we are depressed, we tend to eat more. And also when we have a promotion, or when we get an increment, chalo let's celebrate karte hain, chalo bahar jaake khate hain. So these are the common associations we make with food on a day-to-day basis. And what we don't do is that we don't give it time, right? We are in a hurry to start our work, and we wake up late, we get ready slowly, and all the time that we give for our breakfast is 2 minutes or 5 minutes, and then we just walk off. And we don't give it a thought. We don't think what we are eating, how much we are eating. So these are the associations which is currently missing in the diet that we have to give to eating. Rather, what we do, we give importance to our taste buds, we give importance to our body imaging, and we cater to our emotions. So if this goes on, what happens is, let's listen to the inner voices. So you're having fries, for an example. So what your tongue feels, it's so happy, it says too yummy, I'm enjoying my meal. And the tissues, adipose tissues, that is the fat cells in our body, says, yes, come on, join my club, you're going to get into me and you're going to deposit in me, right? But what our other organs are basically talking? If you listen to your stomach, it says it's too hard to digest, I'm getting tired each day when you eat so much oil. And whatever you eat, the stomach digests it. And what the liver does, it has to metabolize and convert the fat into fatty acids. So even it's an extra pressure on the liver. And if this keeps going, if the fat is not utilized, it gets deposited in the liver and results in fatty liver. And what happens to the heart, the vessels that circulate the blood throughout the body? What happens? The fats get deposited in the vessels, and that's the reason for atherosclerosis, which develops in the later years of life. So this kind of practice, which we have been following for generations together, for years together, decades together, is what determines our genetic capacity, the way we are prone to a particular disease, and in what age we are getting a particular disease. Because you can see right now, even at the age of 40s, women are getting heart attack, they're getting atherosclerosis. At the age of 30, they're getting diabetes. Most of the women have GDM during their pregnancy. So that is because of years of the food practice that we have been following, and the inner voices which we have been neglecting. So mindful eating is an approach which will help you listen to your inner voice. Like I told, what we don't invest is time and thoughts. So here in mindful eating, you're going to give the food you eat, your meal time, a proper time to your meal time. And also you're going to give it a lot of thought. Why? Because you respect your body. Most of us, we don't respect our body. We take it for granted. So what happens? Our body gets disrupted. We are prone to a lot of diseases. So through mindful eating, we are going to first respect our body. And through respecting, we are just going to eat the right foods in the right amount so that we nourish our body and cater all the inner needs. Just imagine all your body organs are thanking you for the food that you're eating. That is mindful eating. So before getting into mindful eating, we'll see first what is mindfulness. So this concept was developed by John Kabat-Zinn, sir. So he emphasized on mindfulness through 4 concepts. So before I talk on those concepts, can any one of you say, do you practice meditation at home?
Yes, I.
Okay. So जब आप meditate करते हो, do you go blank? Because yogic way of meditation is to go blank, to not have any thoughts, to just take rest and lie down and just meditate, going into an unconscious state?
Yes.
Do you meditate that way, or do a lot of thoughts come into your mind? You're not able to stop your thoughts too much. It's just overloaded. You're bombarded with thoughts. So how does your meditation go?
Ma'am, it's both ways basically for me because I've started initially only, like it's been
Okay.
10, 15 days. So sometimes like most of thoughts run in my mind, but slowly I'm able to control. But the way I'm controlling, then I open my eyes and it's all
Repeatedly
breaks down.
getting it. Yes.
Yes.
So the same with me as well. If I do meditation, not even a single second can I be without any thought. I keep thinking, what should I do that day? What all my works are pending? Whom should I deal with? Whom should I call? A lot of things running in my mind. So when we practice mindfulness, we are not going to ignore any of those thoughts, because if you're going to meditate for 10 minutes, the entire 10 minutes is going to go just by thinking, okay, I should not think about this, I should not think about this. Instead, in mindfulness, you're going to pay attention to your thoughts. You're not going to ignore it, but you're going to pay attention. Okay. And what you're going to do, you're going to take those stream of thoughts. You're just going to take one particular thought which is disturbing you so much, and you're going to purposefully, that is consciously, you're going to focus on that thought. Okay. And you're going to work on it. That is the second concept. So first is you're paying attention. You're not ignoring any of your thoughts. You're paying attention, and you're purposefully, you're consciously giving your time. You're going to think about it. Okay. And the third point is you're going to live in the moment. Like I said, you're not going to ignore your thoughts. And also, you're not going to think of any past experiences or your failures or your regrets, or if you're feeling guilty about it, you're not going to think about it. You're just going to live in the present, and you're not going to be judgmental. Obviously, when you're not going to think about your past, you will not be judgmental. Everything is going to be new, and you'll be so curious to learn what it is, right? So this is about mindfulness. This concept is being applied in many aspects, like meditation, mindful breathing, mindful activities, mindful art, a lot of concepts. So one such concept is mindful eating. Okay. So if I could say, in simple terms, it's nothing but you're giving awareness, you're accepting your thoughts, whatever you're aware of, you're accepting it, you're working in the present. That is mindfulness. So this you can relate to anything. For example, when I lie down and meditate, I get thought about the book that I'm writing. So I feel, how many chapters are there to finish, how many publishers I have to go and meet, to whom should I give for reviewing. So these are my stream of thoughts, but I'm not going to ignore. I'm going to give it a lot of attention, and I'm going to look at what I need to do, not my past failures. Like if it didn't work out with a publisher, I'm not going to think of it, because it's only going to let me down, right? So what I'm going to do instead, I'm just going to look forward. What should I do today so that I get a positive result? I'm not going to judge it, and I'm very curious about it. The same concept we are going to apply on mindful eating. So now in front of your screen, you have lots and lots of ingredients, right? So now I want the participants to just choose any ingredient of your choice. Any ingredient you choose from your screen. And
Broccoli.
okay, please close your eyes. So once you choose your ingredient, close your eyes. I want you to close your eyes. Okay. So now feel like you have not seen the ingredient ever before. Okay. It's the very first time that you're seeing and looking at the ingredient, and you do not even know the name of that ingredient. It's very new to you. Okay. So you're looking at the color, you're enjoying the color. It's so lovely. It's so pleasant. You're enjoying the nature that has given this color to the particular food. And you're looking at the shape, the texture. Is it soft? Is it rough? You're looking at the texture. Okay. And then after relishing the look of it, now you want to taste it. So you slowly put it into your mouth. As you put the food in your mouth, you're not biting right away. You're rolling it in between your tongue so that you can enjoy the shape of it. You're feeling the shape of the food. And then you're taking a bite. Now, suddenly, a gush of flavors you're getting, and you're able to taste the food. You're munching, you're chewing your food now, and then you're swallowing it. As you swallow, you have so much gratitude for who have given you that food. You're thanking the farmers who have given you that food. You're thanking your mother or whoever has prepared that food for you. This is nothing but mindful eating. You're looking at a particular food like you're seeing it for the very first time, and you have no judgments. करेला मुझे पसंद नहीं, ये मुझे पसंद नहीं, मैं ये नहीं खाऊंगा, मैं वो नहीं खाऊंगा. No prejudgments. You're just looking at it. You know, even apple, when you buy from market, yesterday if you buy an apple, will have one taste. Tomorrow if you buy an apple, will be of another. Even if you buy from the same shop, it will have a different taste. So we should not have any prejudgments. Every experience is going to be a new experience when it comes to mindfulness. So we'll proceed. So that is mindful eating. So you are aware, you're looking at the food, you're aware of it, you're appreciating it. And as you look at it, you're not worried about calories, you're not worried about what it contains within. And you're not thinking about losing weight or bringing your blood sugar under control. It's just an eating time for you, which you're going to completely relish and enjoy. That's it. Nothing else. You're going to slow down because no hurry-burry eating. You're going to slow down, you're going to pay attention, and you're going to savor every moment and every bite. So this is a process oriented, right? Eating is a journey which we do right from our birth. It's like a journey. It's not like today maine kiya, bas ho gaya pura. Nahin, it happens every day. So it's a process oriented, not a goal oriented. It's not an outcome driven. And you know what? It replaces self-criticism with self-nurturing. How many of my clients have followed mindful eating, and you know what? They have stopped criticizing themselves. They've stopped criticizing their own body. You know, we say, right, we go stand in front of the mirror, tum kaise dikhti ho? Itna pimples hai, tum itni moti dikhti ho. We have so many assumptions, right? But mindful eating is just accepting the way our body is. It's self-nurturing. You're respecting your body. And you know the best part, you have total freedom. You're going to choose what you want. See, mindful eating, agar mere samne kisi ne cake ek piece rakha to मैं खाऊंगी. Mindful eating में मैं जरूर खाऊंगी because I know if I eat this, I know how to balance it. I'm not going to avoid the food and later think I should have eaten. Why I didn't eat? I didn't eat because I'm looking fat. So we'll have so much regrets, right? So there is no regrets in mindful eating. You're savoring every bite. But there are some questions which you need to ask yourself before you do mindful eating. So these are those set of questions. So first, why? Why am I eating? If you're going to start your meal, it should be only because you're hungry, not because of the points which we discussed previously, like I'm feeling, very emotional, or I want to just taste it. No, it's only because you're hungry. You're physically hungry. You have that stomach growling, so you want to eat. And then you're being in the present. So your eating time is only going to be eating and not watching television or watching your series or anything or working side by side. It's just going to be your eating time and nothing else. And now you're going to focus on what you're eating. You're going to look at the food that is being present in front of you. You're going to enjoy the taste, aroma, texture, everything. You're just going to feel and enjoy it. And you're going to be completely non-judgmental. Okay, you're not going to think of your past experience, and you're not going to think that if I eat this, it will put on weight, and if I eat that, that will put on weight. This has this many calories. No, you're not going to make any judgments. If you like it, if you want to have it, you're going to have it. That's it. And you have to be aware of your thoughts, because even after eating it, you have to be happy. Like I said, you should not regret. So you have to be aware and notice your feelings. And last is where, from where you got this information, from where you got to know about this eating habit. So there are lots of things on search engines, right? We watch it and we start anything like that. No, is it authentic? Is it from a reputed or a national website or a government website or someone who has been practicing for a lot of years? So these are the set of questions which you need to ask. Only then you can do mindful eating. Now you'll feel like, why should I do? Why should I ask so many questions to myself before eating? So taxing, right? But if you do this process, you are going to respect your body. And when you eat slowly, when you give your meal time a good lot of time, then even the digestion is going to be better. Your metabolism is going to improve. It is going to keep you full. And also, when you eat mindfully, directly or indirectly, you will be aware of what is nourishing your body. You will not ignore that. So, you will definitely make wiser food choices and revive yourself from unhealthy choices. You're going to love your healthy lifestyle. And this lifestyle will not give you any sort of stress because you know what you're eating and you're consciously making that decision. You're not going to be guilty of it, right? And the most important thing is, like I said, your organs are going to thank you, right, for the kind of nutrients that you're going to nourish it with. It's going to smile back at you and it is going to thank you. So this is why we need to practice mindful eating. So let's just compare. You can even relate to yourself what you're doing actually, और क्या आप कर सकते हो, right? So we do emotional eating. We eat foods that is soothing for our body, especially our tongue. And then we eat past full. When we are watching television or when we are working and eating, we will not know whether we are really full or not, right? We'll overeat. We tend to mainly overeat. And just to complete our meal, because when we don't have time, we'll rush up, we'll gulp our food, we'll have only 5 minutes and we'll eat so much that we just eat to complete the meal, but our thoughts are not on the meal. We multitask and we eat junk we regret later, and feeling anxious and wanting to eat more, right? Because we're not aware how much we ate. So definitely एक घंटे में हमें लगेगा मैं कितना खाया, मुझे अभी भूख लग रहा है, मैं फिर से खाने के लिए जा रही हूँ. So it's like you're going to do it again and again. When mindful eating, you're going to be physically hungry. You're eating because you're hungry, and you're going to eat foods that is going to nourish your body. It's full of nutrients because you're aware and you're consciously making the choice. And you're going to give it a good ample of time. You're going to chew your food, relish your food, and eat it, so that you will know when you're going to full. When you're near to full, you should stop eating. And you're feeling great about the food choices because you have the complete freedom. You're feeling full and you're good to go. And also, if you notice, people who do mindful eating will be so active and brisk. While when we eat mindlessly, when we overeat, logically we can't work. We'll sit aside, or we'll just brush our work and we'll just lie down because we are too tired of eating itself. So how to get started? So I have phrased 4 steps which you can practice to start your mindful eating process. So in that, start mindful eating with 1 meal a day. Even if that's not possible, try to start with 1 food at least. Tonight, when you're going to have dinner, if you're served chapati with sabji and dal, you can, here take a spoonful of dal and try to relish that spoon of dal which you're having, and try to mindfully eat it. So that's how you can start the practice. You cannot start it right away, but at least you should start it. And then feel the taste, enjoy the food. Don't hurry, chew well. The proper chew count is like 20 to 24 times of chewing and then 1 swallow. But what we do, we just put inside, gulp it, eat, gulp, eat, gulp. It's like a process. We don't chew our food. The digestion starts right from our mouth. And if we don't chew, there's an extra pressure on the stomach to digest our food. So we need to chew our food. And we need to learn cooking. Women these days बहुत कहते हैं कि हमें cooking नहीं करना है, we are going for work, we don't cook, we will not cook. वही घर में men क्या कर रहे हैं वो कर सकते हैं. I think everyone, we all eat, right? Everyone should learn cooking, men, women, regardless of gender, but to learn cooking, because only if you learn cooking, you will know the ingredients which went in the cooking process. ओनली देन आप माइंडफुल ईटिंग कर सकते हो. आपको पता होना चाहिए कि खाने में क्या जा रहा है, कौन से इंग्रेडिएंट्स यूज किया है. तो ओनली देन यू कैन फॉलो माइंडफुल ईटिंग. एंड व्हेन यू आर कुकिंग, यू शुड बी इन गुड मूड. एंड व्हेन यू आर ईटिंग, You can play a music to relax yourself. You have to sit at a proper table and not your bedside or anywhere for that matter. And one thing that you can do is you can pre-plate. So have a definite plate for you. I'm sure all of you will be already having your favorite plate. So pre-plate your meal. Aaj mujhe itna hi khana hai. And only that you're going to plate it. And once you eat, you can plate it second time. Nothing wrong, but you're going to consciously do it, not by watching television or being distracted or diverted. No, it's going to be entirely your decision. So there's not going to be any multitasking. And in this entire process, you're going to love your body, you're going to respect your body, and you're going to respect your choices. So next comes the awareness about food, right? Before, without knowing what food is and what they offer to you will not be able to make your decision. Again, it will be an unconscious decision. So you have to know what foods give you. So that if I talk, it will go on and on. So I just thought I can introduce you to these three concepts, which are called the three gunas as per Ayurveda. We call it as sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic foods. So these characteristics, are present in every food, almost every food that we eat. But we say a food that is, if a food is sattvic, it depends upon the one that is dominating it, the guna which is dominative in that particular food. So these are the three categories. In sattvic diet, it's very natural. It's very simple preparation. It involves a simple preparation. It's natural, it's wholesome, and it's not at all processed. It's not refined. Okay, it's very simple. You buy it and you eat it, just like you consume salad made vegetables, yeah, fruits that you consume, and where rice or any dals which you just cook it, you boil and eat it, right? So these are all simple cooking methods. So you just do the simple cooking process and you consume. And what it gives you, it energizes and purifies your body. It improves your mental health and your state of consciousness. It calms your mind. It gives you prana, which is life force, and it gives harmony and balances your emotions, your body, your mind. And also it will aid in the formation of high quality body tissues. So this is what we want, right? This is what we saw previously. So sattvic diet or the sattvic foods consist of all these characteristics in abundance. And when we talk about rajasic foods, so rajasic foods are basically the ones which are too spicy, too salty, too sweet, like they have extremes of taste. Okay, and they give vata and pitta to our body. They will improve the vata and pitta, and also they will stimulate your mind and make you into action. So we do need rajasic food, right? Always we cannot be balanced. We should have a drive, right, to work or to achieve a goal. So rajasic diet will give you that drive. But if you eat in excess, then definitely it will cause hyperactivity, restlessness, anger, irritability, acidity, sleeplessness, and also it will increase the toxin levels in the blood. So now coming to the tamasic diet. Tamasic diet are basically the foods that is being processed, packed. It has so many chemicals, preservatives, added colors and flavors, and it is being sold in the supermarket. We buy it, we bring it, we eat it. Okay, and also the stale food or the spoiled food, if we consume, even that is considered as tamasic food. So generally these diets will make you sick. They will give infection in your to your body. It will make you dull, and also it will create a sense of confusion, disorientation. It will make you lazy, inertia. You will not feel like improving yourself. You will feel dull all the time. And it will also release toxins in your body, and if not properly consumed, it might even make you aggressive. Okay, so these three are the qualities of any food that we consume on day-to-day basis. So for a general well-being, make sure that you consume sattvic foods like 60 to 70%. Rajasic should be 10 to 20%. Tamasic should be zero. If zero, great. But if we cannot make certain choices, we cannot change it. We are used to it, right? So at least try so that it is not more than 10% at least. So that minor change you can make. And if you do that today, slowly, I'm sure you're going to leave all those buying sauces and jams, which we are used to, right? We cannot survive without it. It's the situation right now. So slowly we can try to bring in all those changes. So next, I'm going to show you a set of images, and I want you to tell me whether it's sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic, just quickly. This one. So is it sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic?
Sattvic.
Sattvic.
Okay, great. Okay, now this one is jam.
Tamasic.
Tamasic.
Okay, tamasic. So the same jam, if we are going to prepare at home, not adding too much preservatives, it will be rajasic. And if you're going to buy it from outside supermarket, then it's going to be tamasic, because it will have added colors, added flavors, and also preservatives. Now chips.
Rajasic.
Okay, great. And if you're going to buy from outside,
No, then it is.
packed chips, yes. Biryani.
Rajasic.
Rajasic, yes, it's going to contain so much of butter and masala, spices. So obviously it's Rajasic. Now, cashew gravy.
Rajasic.
Yes, you're preparing at home, you're making it too oily and high in fat. So it's obviously Rajasic. This one,
Sattvic.
it's a stale fruit.
Stale food, so tamasic.
It's tamasic. Yes, so stale fruit is tamasic. If we consume, it does not offer any health properties to our body. It is only going to release toxins, which is not good for our body. Whole grains.
Rajasic.
Whole grains. It's sattvic. Yes, so it's a staple food without which we cannot survive. So you're going to minimally process it and you're going to consume. So consuming refined rice should be avoided, and you can go in for more of unrefined and wholesome grains. Now, these refined products, refined sugar, refined maida, flour.
Rajasic.
No,
No,
I think
tamasic. Yes, so highly processed. Anything that is highly processed or refined foods, everything will come under tamasic, which is packed and which is given to us. Now the cake. Tamasic, yes, it has added colors in it. And the juice, it's carbonated. Yes. Yeah. So if you're going to add colors to it, it's carbonated. Usually carbonated beverages or caffeinated beverages will come under Rajasic, because it's going to stimulate your body and mind, right? So these foods will come under Rajasic. But if it's going to contain added colors and flavors, definitely it's Tamasic. So when we make our food choices, we can try to, at least make these three categories, whether it's Sattvic, Rajasic, or Tamasic. Definitely, if we are going to take this one step, it's going to be really helpful for us. So now let's see what other changes we can bring in our diet. One is the ingredients that we choose should be organic and natural. It should be wholesome and not refined. It should be seasonal and locally available. If I ask you, do you eat fruits? अगर आप बताओगे कि हाँ मैं कीवी खाता हूँ, मैं पैशन फ्रूट खाता हूँ, मैं स्टार फ्रूट खाता हूँ, ये सब हमारे यहाँ नहीं मिलता. It's being exported from other countries. So just imagine the amount of preservatives that they would have added it to prevent it from ripening. It has to cross the borders and reach us. Rather, you can choose the food that is available near us, which is locally available. Amla hai, और season में अभी आम का season था. So all these seasonal foods that you have to consume it's very important. They are packed with nutrients. When it's seasonal, it's not stored, or it does not contain chemicals, and it's rich in nutrients. And now currently jamun ka season abhi start ho gaya hai. So I want you all to go buy jamun and eat it. Add colors in your diet, which is very important. You cannot say proudly that every day I eat one apple. No, then you will get the nutrients only which is there in apple. So you have to consume a colorful and variety of foods. Today you are going to consume tur dal, kal kuch aur dal kha lo. There are so many legumes, so many pulses. So you have to incorporate each day one food you can take, so that you get the nutrients from all those foods, not just one food. So fruits, vegetables, legumes, grains, anything, include variation. accept all the color. Minimum, when you're having a meal, minimum 2 to 3 colors must be there on your plate. It's very important. And less in salt, fat, and sugar is very important. And the food that you consume should be less toxic content. And also it should be hygienic and safe for consumption. And please do not skip any meal. Give time to your meal. Do not skip any meal, thinking skipping will not help you lose weight. Instead, you will go malnourished. You will lose essential nutrients that your body needs. So do not skip your meal, and don't just follow any fad or fancy diets that are available on the search engines. Please don't do that. Don't follow any diets of your own. So first we saw how to start the process and what all the things we need to follow. Second, we saw about awareness about food. And third, we are going to speak about the attitudinal changes. Just by saying I'm going to practice my mindful eating, it's not going to work. We have to bring in a lot of attitude changes within us. The first and foremost is positive approach. You have to be positive that you are going to change. You're going to go towards a healthy lifestyle, and you're not going to judge it. You're going to be having patience. Like I told, it's not like starving. It's not a fancy or fat diet, which, going to give you immediate result. It's not goal oriented. It's a process. It's a journey. So you have to have patience. Think like a beginner. Think like a baby. Think of yourself like a baby. How will baby know anything? You're going to introduce everything, right? So have a beginner's mind when making food choices. Don't have any prior judgments, and trust the process. Don't strive or do it with strain. मुझे करना है, मुझे mindful eating करना है, कितना hard है follow करने के लिए. Don't do it. If you're having such a mindset, don't do it. You should enjoy the process. You have to be happy about the choices you make and accept it. Trust the process. Let go of the past experiences, failures, regrets, guilty feeling. If anybody commented looking at you, it doesn't matter. Just let go of everything and start afresh. And be consistent, because this process is going to take time, and be consistent in what you're doing. And the fourth most important is start mindful meditation. In this comes mindful breathing, mindful meditation. Body scan meditation is like you're going to give importance to every part of your body. So there are many YouTube videos, and there are many podcasts, there are many audio messages which focus on body scan meditation. So you can listen to it. So they will be talking about giving importance to each and every part of your body. So as like if you want to achieve something in office or your job, you want to achieve a goal, you give your entire thought to your goal, right? Only then you will be able to achieve it. Same way, when you give more importance to your body, your body is going to just give it back to you in abundance. Trust me. Just give that importance to your body. Treat it generously and very gracefully. And gratitude meditation is important. Thank your body. Thank your body every time, every minute. You should feel great about the food that you eat, about what the body is giving you. It's making you do the work which you want to do. So thank your body. And in this process, try to follow yoga and pranayama, because it will help you to integrate your mind, body, and soul, which is very important. So again, I'm saying take baby steps. It's not easy. I've been practicing mindful eating past 4 years, and still I'm learning a lot. It's not, I'm not any master of mindful eating. I'm still learning a lot. So it's a journey. It's a lifelong journey, right? So take baby steps and don't be disheartened if you're not able to follow. It's okay. It's okay. Whatever it is, make a conscious decision. That is the process of mindful eating. So when you judge your performance around food, when you draw that imaginary line where okay ends and not okay begins, you will inevitably cross that line and probably lose your shit. So believe in this quote. So in this food, you're going to clearly enjoy it, and you're aware of the entire universe that is supporting your existence. So this is only taking you to a better you, healthier you, and a happier you. Thank you so much. So here's my details. If you want to contact me, you can very well. Thank you so much. I'm open for any questions. If you want, you can ask. Thank you.
Guys, you can turn on your audios or drop in your questions in the chat box.
Yeah, anybody of you, if you have any question, raise your hand. the virtual hand, and please unmute yourself and ask loudly.
Hello, ma'am. Shirley here.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, as you know, like nowadays we are attending online classes, and maximum time we are seated like at one place. I face this like in the evening. I feel like my stomach is full of gases, and I face this problem every day. So, what you would like to suggest me?
Again, I would say mindful eating will definitely help you. And also, you have to start your day with a minimum of stretches and a body exercise, right? So that will help you move your inner cells as well. And too much of sedentary lifestyle is definitely going to affect you. So start some workouts. Do you do workout and still feel it?
Yes, ma'am. I go for jogging every day.
Okay, then you have to look into the foods that you choose, right? It also is based on if you're going to have too much gas producing foods or heavy foods, concentrated foods, it will definitely have an effect. And also look at the quantity that you're taking. If you're overeating, everything, so you have to focus on it now, and you can make a better decision of it.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, can you please suggest any fibrous food, like which would be good for my stomach appetite?
All these sattvic foods are fibrous foods. We just saw, right? Whole grains, whole legumes, fruits, vegetables, they all contain fiber in abundance. So try to consume it without processing it. I'm seeing a lot of individuals they buy fruits, they make juices, they strain it and they consume it. When we strain it, we lose all the fiber. So do not strain any fruit juice or just consume it as whole as possible. And same way, try to include salads in your diet and eat more of fibrous vegetables like greens. Any greens are fibrous, green leafy vegetables, and you can cut down on roots and tubers like potato for a while. And even beetroot and carrot has soluble fiber, is also very healthy, and it will reduce flatulence. So you can make these food choices and drink lots of water. It's very important.
Ma'am, there is a question in the chat box which says, ma'am, do we meditate empty stomach?
When you meditate on an empty stomach, you will feel lighter, right? So you will enjoy the process. So it's better. There's no hard and fast rule about meditation. You can meditate at any time. But if you want to achieve the experience, you want to enjoy the experience, try it in the morning, early morning, when you've just woken out of bed, and that experience will be great than anything else. But you can meditate at any time of the day. There's no hard and fast rule.
Excuse me, ma'am.
So we don't know.
Ma'am, what is the average time for meditation should we do, ma'am?
Even you can sit in your work desk and you can meditate. So there's no time. You have to just grab the feeling of it. You can do multiple times meditation. So there's no restriction. So it depends on how much time you want to give to yourself. So at least start with 10 minutes. And if you're able to increase it to 20 minutes, nothing like it. It's great.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, there's one more question which says, what if we eat too much vegetable or fruit in one day?
Too much will not cause any harm as such, but make sure that the vegetables and fruits that you're choosing should be organic. It should not be too much pesticide content, should not be there. And how you consume it, is it going to be raw? Because if it's raw, your stomach is going to digest it and it will definitely take time. And if you're going to consume boiled vegetables, it will not put that much pressure. So the average intake should be around like 4 servings of vegetables and 2 servings of fruit, at least minimum in a day.
All right. I had a doubt personally. When we actually try to do our food 24 times, when I actually try to do it practically, it is maximum 10 bites. It breaks into perfect pieces to swallow further, and it is not ready to reach till 24 or even 20 or 15. So how do we really actually go even
You're
beyond
asking about
15 or
chewing?
10? Yeah.
Okay, even practically, I don't count my every chew, right? So, but that the food in your mouth has disintegrated, then you can swallow.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't count it. You just give it that time to chew. That's important.
Right. Right.
So can I ask you
And
something, Monisha?
Yes,
yeah. Yeah,
yes, ma'am.
please, ma'am.
I want to ask you the proportion of protein, carbs, vitamins, and minerals. Like, what is the portion, and how in a day we can distribute our food so that we can get adequate proportion of, say, for example, protein or carbs or all the nutrients.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. That varies depending upon the age. But if we see on an average for someone in the age group of 20 to 30, then you can try and consume 1,500 kilocalories, for which you have to consume 2 servings of breakfast, 2 to 3 servings during your breakfast. Like if you're eating dosa, you can go in for 3 dosas. Or if you're going to eat poha, you can try and consume 1.5 cup. That will be enough. And try to include, if you're having poha, you can have a cup of dahi along with it. So a dairy is going into your meal, and it will also contain protein. So 1 serving of protein should be there definitely during breakfast meal. And then during lunch as well, 1 serving of protein should be there. Again, if you're consuming rice, you can consume 1.5 cup rice, or you can consume 3 chapatis, or 2 chapatis and half cup rice. So that kind of proportion you can distribute. Vegetables should be 1 to 1.5 cups, and do not consume fruits during your meal time. That will reduce the benefits of fruit. So we should always have fruits in between meal timing, midday or mid evening. When we feel hungry, we can consume fruits. And when coming to dinner, again, the same quantity like breakfast or a lunch is the same for dinner. And in between, it's very important that we consume a high protein snack. Could be any protein ball or protein का लड्डू जो भी है, वो आप mid morning या evening में खा सकते हैं. And mid morning में fruit or raw vegetables. So if this we distribute in our day, that will be more than enough to give us all the micronutrients we need and all the macros that we need. So we have to increase the vegetable consumption. That is lacking a lot.
Ma'am, I want to ask a question. Yes. Ma'am, what should be time for consuming breakfast or lunch and dinner? Like I've heard different people tell different things. And we should take brunch early in the morning, and then we should not take lunch. And dinner should be done before 6 o'clock. So please tell what should we do? Like what should be the timing?
Okay. See, my thought on this is that these concepts were made earlier, when there was not much of work, when farming was the only way of life. People used to have only work during the daytime, and evening when they come, they used to sleep early. But now eating our dinner at 6 o'clock is practically not possible. And
Okay.
skipping meals or having a brunch, when actually you need to break your fast. It's the first meal of the day, and you have to give more importance to how you break your fast. So it's very important. So what you do is try to have 3 moderate meals, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner should be there definitely, and 2 to 3 snack time. The snack time could be early morning snack or mid morning, evening, or bedtime. Bedtime snack depends upon when you have your dinner. So you have
Okay.
to portion it properly. That is important. So don't skip any meal. Have it, consume it. And before dinner, when you consume dinner before you sleep, there should be at least a gap of 2 hours. Not abhi khaya or 10 minute mein sone ja rahe ho. Nahin. There should be a gap of at least 2 hours. So plan accordingly.
All right. We have one question which says how to lose weight. And this, I guess it's Isha Yadav. She has a
Okay.
lot of itching after her class and how to lose weight.
She has what? She has
She has a lot of itching in her eye after
eye.
she's done with her class. Yeah,
What class? Um,
I
Online
guess
class?
she's talking about her online classes. Yeah, she did not mention, but I feel it's online classes.
I don't know about your itching. I think we have to talk in detail about it. But to lose weight, again, I'm saying it's very personalized, and I cannot just outrightly tell. I can only tell you based on your health condition and how far your weight is and how much you can lose it. Is it really needed to lose first? I should see that. Without that, I cannot say. But just focus on these food characteristics that we just discussed, right? Improve your sattvic foods, increase that, and reduce your junk eating and overeating and the rajasic foods. That will help you lose weight gradually. If you follow mindful eating, you will see one day you will end up losing weight. So start this process.
Ma'am,
Hmm?
yeah, okay. So regarding the time schedule for taking in meal,
Yeah.
I want to ask that, like, when we are in our normal schedule,
Okay.
we take meals accordingly, like according to time that we have to leave. So we'll take meal at this time. But when we are at home, we like there's no proper schedule some days. We just okay, let this meeting ends and then I'll postpone my dinner or lunchtime, if we say so. So how, and sometimes we tend to skip the meal just
Yeah.
because
Exactly.
okay, now up the time ho gaya. So how do we manage this?
Okay. First of all, missing out on meal, it's not just missing the meal, but also missing the nutrients which you need to get that particular day. So we have a dietary recommendation which says, daily hame this much iron khana hai, this much calcium we have to get, this much zinc we need to get. And all these things you will get only when you eat all your meals. You should not skip any of your meal. And regarding timing, aim to have your breakfast before 9 and lunch before 2 and dinner again before 9. Because outrightly I cannot say have it at 7 o'clock, have it at 8 o'clock, because it completely depends upon your work pattern and your lifestyle pattern. So just keep these three timings in mind: before 9 breakfast, and before 2 lunch, and before 9 p.m. dinner.
Okay, thank you,
And
ma'am.
you know your work and try to adjust your meal timing accordingly so that you don't miss it.
Yes.
All right, I'll ask one more question. So I have a skinny body type, and what generally happens is I am used to you consuming only roti, sabzi, like proper vegetable fruit diet. But when at say some random day I am eating like proper carbs wala food, bahar ka street food or say pizza or whatever, everyone is like, no, go on consuming. They keep on reducing their consumption because they're like, no, we need to look good. And because I'm skinny, it's like, no, you can go on eating it because you need some fat. So is it right? Is this whole thinking right that since you are skinny, you can just go on neglecting, ignoring the fact that it is unhealthy?
Okay, so it's just the second slide that I have put on about your inner voices. So outwardly, you're checking the weight, but you're not seeing what happens inside the body. You're affecting your liver, you're affecting your stomach, you're affecting your blood vessels, right? So just because you look skinny from outside, it could be hereditary as well. So it's not
Yeah.
because of your food choices. So definitely, even if you're skinny, it doesn't mean you can eat whatever you want. There are inner voices. Listen to those inner voices. It's very important. And don't do body imaging. No body imaging, whether it's negative, positive, whatever. No body imaging. Respect the way you are.
Thank you, ma'am. Mm.
Right. So I think there are no more questions, and very beautifully explained, Monisha. And a lot of doubts are clear, and I think we'll be more mindful when we eat now. And more than anything, more than thinking about weight, we should, I think about nutrition.
Yeah.
We should think about nourishing our body,
Body.
and think of food as a fuel than it as an entertainment. That is number one. So my food is my fuel, and whatever I feel in that my body, it's my energy, and I'm going to be productive, or whatever I'm doing, I'm going to achieve based on how I nourish my body. So if I don't nourish my body well, I think it is not going to support me whatever dreams I have to fulfill, or whatever I have to do in this lifetime. Also, I pay attention to who's cooking my food. So if my maid is cooking, I pay attention to how she is. If she looks sad to me, I definitely go and ask her as to how you are, everything is all right or not, and then also make her happy, either through giving her food, or at least speaking, or whatever is the way out. You can just find out, and whoever is cooking should be happy and in a good mood. I think I've realized that it's very important, because the energy that we put in the food, the mood, the energy is the emotion is energy as well, and that energy impacts the food which is cooked, and that cooked food with that energy, it definitely impacts us. So there is a direct correlation. And so it's very important. All these things are very important. So when we say mindful, everything comes in being mindful. So that's the thing. So thank you, Monisha, for such a wonderful, eye-opening session. I'm sure all of us present here benefited, and we look forward to more from you. And yeah, so that's it. The questions are over. Let's end the session. Yes. Let me stop the
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the wonderful session.